Hello there, thanks for joining me. I've been quite busy in the old sort of paintery type activities recently. In fact, I've been writing again, working on new material for 1994. In general, my creative flow has come back, and I went on a nice little trip down to Prawl Point. And went camping for a couple of days with Mr. Patch and started doing some plein air painting again with a view to trying to create a much looser style. So that's been what I've been working on really with my plein air watercolours. I've also been developing some more of my patterns that I do in my notebooks and sort of really starting to try and think about making these more look like stained glass windows, which I think is coming along rather nicely. It was just me and Patch in a little one-man tent, which was a whole adventure all of its own. It was hot. I went down there during the heat wave and just got cooked and had a great time. But when I got back, I got news that I got a mural coming up. So I got to work on one of my walls at home that I can't get very close to, and started developing it and drawing it up and turning it into more of a sort of landscape mural. And that is kind of what I'm aiming to do with my murals from now on. Really working mostly with brushes and acrylic paint. Well, I mean, I was using acrylic paint before with my murals, but it was all in spray paint. And really, I want to move away from that, really from an environmental point of view as much as anything, because it's incredibly wasteful working with spray paint. And unless you're really trying to work at speed, there's just no point. There's nothing you achieve by doing it. It's just a killing the environment thing. Then it started raining, so I got stuck inside the workshop, the studio, and started working on this little landscape painting. Another one of my patterns that I've been doing, which has been coming along quite nicely. Again, stained glass thing. I think it looks looking really nice, that. Adding a bit of colour here and there, so pleased with them. Down in the studio, working on my little acrylic landscape, and I was really pleased with my arch. I sort of think that went good, and then sort of blocking in the other parts of the landscape. First time I've ever painted anything like this with acrylic paints. Normally I paint sort of landscape paintings with watercolour, so the whole thing was a really big learning curve. I'm absolutely thrilled how it came out. I mean, I think it's the best thing I've ever painted by a mile. I did have quite a lot of help from ChatGPT, sort of, which I've been using to help teach me how to paint with a brush, basically, because up until now I've been muddling my way through everything. And I figured it was time to actually sort of put my money where my mouth is, so to speak, and learn to paint properly. So Dad and I went on a little trip up to the Turf Hotel in Restaurant up on the Exe Estuary, which is a favourite spot of ours. I did a little plein air painting there, which wasn't my strongest, I admit, but it was quite hard in the situation. I was quite distracted, but I managed it. There was a lot going on in the background that really distracted me, and I found that quite difficult. But I did get this photo, which I went to work on later and did a studio painting from the photo that I think is probably, my favourite painting so far that I've done. Probably any kind of painting. Definitely my favourite watercolour. Really feel like I've evolved my style into much more sort of like how watercolour should be done, and makes me feel quite embarrassed about some of the other stuff I did, to be honest. And that was the last, on the way back then from there. So we had a lovely day up there. Really nice little trip out to the Turf. And then a couple of days later, we went up to Spitchwick. I managed to find myself this lovely little spot where I sat down and did another little plein air painting, again with the legendary Mr. Patch, keeping me company, as always. What a boy, what a guy, what a spot though. Not really a typical sort of watercolour composition. A lot of dark in here, which isn't what I would normally go for, and there's not much sky and there's not much sea. There's no sea, so it's quite out of character for me. Alright, hello, welcome to back to Bobby Dazzler on Dartmoor, Spitchwick. Going to do a little plein air painting. Now, there's no sea and there's no sky as such, which makes this something of an unusual painting for me. He always manages to find a way to get in the back of my shots, doesn't he? Always manages to find a way. You know what you're doing, Hound, don't you? Yes, you. Yes, you. Okay, we're going to paint. And so when I got back, I decided to start work on another sort of acrylic landscape on the side of the house, sort of mural styly. And yeah, went to work on that. And this is one of my this is a couple that's well over 2 years old now. That one, it's been on the side of the house there for a while now, as has the big fish. Which I did years ago, just muddling my way through without any idea what I was doing. Now I'm actually learning to paint like a grown-up, or attempting to. So yeah, the landscape is coming along. It's a bit sort of more advanced than this now, as you'll see in some other pictures. But I've been delayed by weather, basically. Last couple of days have not been days for being outside painting on a wall. So I have been inside doing some more work, finishing this one. So that's the one that I did, the plein air, and I just added a little bit of more light stuff, bit of green, bit more rocks, and then got to work on this one, which turned into this, which I'm really pleased with. That's my bridge from Spitchwick, yeah, aimed the reference photo that I worked from. So yeah, pleased with that. And I now have a couple of new pictures up on the wall, which I'm really pleased with. One of Spitchwick and the other one of the Exe Estuary. Yeah, which I think is one of my favourite new paintings. All paintings are for sale. If you like anything you've seen, send me a message, hit me up, and we can talk. Alright, cheers, thanks for watching. Bye now.